Hey guys, wanted to give you a quick bonus episode. So this insulation build was actually mentioned in the next video, so I couldn't really not put this out beforehand, so I thought I would just give you guys an extra one this week. I will still get a full brew day of the India Pale Lager on Tuesday, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, so I'm about to brew, but one thing I wanted to do before that was actually replace the Reflectix that I put around my Clawhammer so that it actually fits. The one I was using was the one that I made for my anvil kettle back when I needed to insulate the mash in that. So it doesn't quite fit as well as I'd like it to, so I'm just gonna redo it. I've got some Reflectix here. This is basically aluminum covered bubble wrap, but it's great for insulating and it's relatively cheap. You can get it at Home Depot or whatever. So I'm just going to essentially trace out where all my fittings are and then cut it to fit. And I think I'm going to make ties for this one because I don't love the Velcro that I was using before. The Velcro had a tendency to melt when it got hot, so not my fave. I want my seam to be at my back, so I'm just gonna start it there. If you can see, there's this heating element is back here, so I'm just gonna mark where I need to take a little bit out with my Sharpie so that it fits right, really flush. Of course, we've gotta contend with the handles. I'm just holding it up, kind of pinching it and marking just kind of around where it is. This is not an exact science, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those two pieces now so that we can get it more flush as we go. I'm just gonna use this tape to hold it in place since I've already got it. I tend to cut things a little small so that I can just expand as I go. Also, it doesn't have to be pretty because it's just to provide more insulation until Clawhammer makes their neoprene jackets, which I am eagerly awaiting. Okay, so that's pretty good. It's not the prettiest, but it's definitely gonna work better than what I was using before. So we've got our thermometer's thermowell right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out. So you can use this Reflectix stuff to insulate any mash tun, kettle, whatever, anything you want really, and just do it the way I'm doing it and trace as you go, and it works out pretty well. Okay, so this is our valve. So let's start with a small hole and go bigger. Oh, that's my... So I'm getting a little bit of bunching. I'd prefer this to be like really flush. So I'm just gonna cut until I get there. All right, so that's pretty flat. And then last handle. So this is looking pretty good. I'm going to trim down the back, and I actually need to cut out my heating element area a little bit more. It got a little bunchy. Cool, so that's pretty tight on there. Looks way better than my old stuff. I've lost my Sharpie. So I'm just gonna mark it at the top where it's gonna overlap and then cut straight down. Nice. All right, we're gonna save this for a bottom and a top, and I'm gonna give it a little cutout like I did the other one. Okay, so that fits pretty nicely. So I'm just gonna actually make a tie out of this random piece of string I have here. This should hold up better than the Velcro was to the heat. And I'm just gonna punch a hole with my scissors on each side. This is gonna be so fancy. The fanciest insulator in all of Los Angeles. So now I'm just gonna cut off the top while it's attached. We can actually go a little tighter. So I actually have this on this ring that is from my old system, and it's very wet for some reason. Okay, so this basically, I kind of made it fit this top. But it's not perfect, obviously, so we're gonna redo this. So you can also just plop your lid on. I like mine inset a bit, so I'm doing it a little shy. What I'm actually gonna do is trace based on this bottom one because it's easier. I'm just gonna cut across, or an X, and then we can go from there. All right, so that's looking good. I'm just gonna trace where my handle is. Cool, that fits. I don't love the way it's curling, but I think with a little cutout, it'll work better. So I'm just opening up this circle. So I could cut it a little smaller to make it sit in better, but I'm probably going to actually because I can't help myself. Okay, so that fits nicely in there. And then I'm just gonna cut another piece that's just a single circle to put on the bottom. I don't wanna burn this table up, so I think a little insulation will help. And I'm actually gonna stack it on top of this old one just to double make sure I don't burn up my new table. So we're gonna sit the kettle on top of this. And have this on the lid. That's it. Cool. Now, so that should hold heat a lot better than just the stainless alone. So we should get a faster boil, more consistent mash temperature, and yeah, just more consistent temperature in general. Memberships for this channel are now open. You can get all of our videos early, and I want to give a shout out to our two newest members, Hopfella and Josha Beer. Thank you so much for joining. You're making my dream of opening my own brewery independently a reality, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for the India Pale Lager Brew. Thanks for watching. I hope your temperatures stay stable. Like and subscribe.